the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Philippine Air Force leaders inspect ongoing infrastructure projects at Lapu-Lapu Air Base. 36th IB supports GMA Kapuso Foundation relief drive for typhoon-hit families in Surigao del Sur. More than 350 cops deployed to secure Ramadan in Metro Manila. House Committee to host House public consultations on anti-political dynasty law in Cebu, Cagayan de Oro. Good day everyone, especially to our troops at Camp Emilio Aguinaldo in Quezon City. Today is Thursday, February 19, and this is AFP Community News, your source for the updates on the armed forces and other developments across the country. In behalf of Raf Suzon Abay, this is Jai Simbahan here to bring you today's stories.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Commanding General of the Philippine Air Force, Lieutenant General Arthur M. Cordura, together with the senior PAF officers, conducted an ocular inspection of ongoing infrastructure projects at Brigadier General Benito N. Ibuen Air Base in Lapu-Lapu City. The visit aimed to assess operational readiness, existing facilities, and the current requirements of the Philippine Air Force unit stationed at the airbase. The inspection forms part of the command's continuing efforts to monitor infrastructure development, evaluate operational conditions, and ensure that projects effectively support mission capability and readiness. The Philippine Air Force says the activity underscores its commitment to sustaining operational efficiency and strengthening capability development in line with its mandate to safeguard national sovereignty.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the GMA Kapuso Foundation, in partnership with the 36th Infantry Battalion, conducted relief Operation Bayanihan to provide immediate assistance to families affected by Typhoon Bashang in Carmen, Surigao del Sur. In support of the initiative, the 36th Infantry Battalion deployed its humanitarian assistance and disaster response team to assist in clearing operations, conduct area assessments, and provide direct aid to affected residents. Through coordinated efforts, volunteers and uniformed personnel distributed food packs and other essential supplies to displaced and vulnerable families. The GMA Kapuso Foundation also expressed gratitude to its partners, donors, volunteers, and frontliners who helped make the initiative possible.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear some information from Joanne about Army recovers rebel food stash in Gabaldon, foiling resupply efforts. Joanne?
Troops from the 91st Infantry Sinagtala Battalion operating under the supervision of Joint Task Group 7-2 have successfully recovered assorted food supplies believed to belong to remnants of dismantled communist terrorist groups. Brigadier General Eugenio Julio C. Ocios IV Philippine Army, commander of the 703rd Infantry Brigade and JTG 7-2, disclosed that the discovery was made during deliberate security operations in Barangay Cuyapa on February 17. The recovered items included two blue gallons containing an estimated 50 kilograms of rice, 3 bottles of fish sauce, 1 plastic bottle of cooking oil, and 5 kilograms of white sugar. All items were properly inventoried and turned over to authorities for disposition. Brigadier General Ocios also commended his troops for their vigilance and further emphasized that security operations are designed not only to neutralize stress but also to safeguard communities and foster an environment conducive to development, public safety, and economic growth. He assured that the Philippine Army continues its steadfast commitment to protecting the people and maintaining the gains achieved through the government's whole-of-nation approach towards lasting peace and progress in the region. This is John Sagaok reporting for AFP Community News, 180 for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Joanne.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Philippine Army conducted a CAA personnel and resource audit and inspection across CAA administering units in Mindoro Island. The inspection was led by former Force Integration Branch Chief Major Archimedes Aranas, and newly installed FIB Chief Major Mark Louis de la Rosa from the Office of the Assistant Chief of Staff for Operations G3. The activity verified personal strength through physical headcount, reviewed fund utilization and payroll accuracy, and assessed the serviceability of signal equipment, firearms, ammunition, and other AFP-issued assets. The initiative reinforces its commitment to accountability, transparency, and sustained operational readiness to ensure that personnel and resources remain mission-capable in support of peace and security operations.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the Chief Sergeant Major of the Philippine Army, Chief Master Sergeant Marvin M. Horane, paid an official visit to the home of the Tatabak troopers. He was welcomed by 1st Infantry Division Commander Major General Diego Ray P. Baroquillo, along with division officers and sergeant majors from post and line units. During the visit, Chief Master Sergeant Horane conducted a talk to troops, engaging enlisted personnel and non-commissioned officers in an open dialogue. They emphasized the vital role of non-commissioned officers as the backbone of the organization, emphasizing leadership by example, discipline, professionalism, and unwavering commitment to duty. He also encouraged the troops to uphold the highest standard of conduct, strengthen camaraderie within the ranks, and remain mission-focused in addressing evolving security challenges.
DWDD Armed Forces News. Armed Forces Radio.
From Leonor, more updates about Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 hold post-Valentine's sunrise plugging activity in Pagudpud. Leonor?
The 38th Marine Company of Marine Battalion Landing Team 8 joined the sunrise plugging activity in Barangay Balao, Pagudpud, Ilocos Norte as part of its post-Valentine's Day observance. Carrying the theme Walk with Love, Walk for the Future, the activity highlighted the Marines' commitment to turning the spirit of Valentine's into meaningful community action. Troops of MBLT-8 together with local volunteers collected waste materials along the coastline of Pagudpud, promoting environmental stewardship, unity, and volunteerism. The Philippine Marine Corps emphasized that love for country is shown not only in defending the nation, but also in serving communities and protecting the environment. This is Leonor Tanap reporting for AFP Community News, 1FP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Leonor.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And the 505th Search and Rescue Group proudly marked its 30th founding anniversary with the theme Focus 505th SRG, 30 years of search and rescue excellence, a legacy driven by mission, fortified by capability, and anchored on values, a heritage worth preserving so that others may live. The milestone celebration highlighted the dedication and professionalism of the group's personnel, recognizing those whose exemplary service continues to uphold and elevate its operational standards in search and rescue missions nationwide. The event also paid tribute to valued stakeholders and partners, acknowledging their unwavering support, which strengthens the group's ability to respond to emergencies, save lives, and fulfill its critical humanitarian mandate.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And for our national news,
DWDD National News.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is still studying the report of the Independent Commission for Infrastructure submitted to his office. Palace Press Officer Undersecretary Attorney Claire Castro said the report was thick, but they will give updates on what will happen to the ICI and its state. Castro added that the report was first submitted to the Office of the Executive Secretary. The said report highlighted the independent body's accomplishments since it began operations in September 2025.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Jess about rekindling hope, rebuilding lives. 201st Brigade holds team building for friends rescued in Quezon. Jess?
Yes, good afternoon. On February 18, 2026, troops of the 201st Infantry Cabalikat Brigade conducted a team-building activity for friends rescued at Blue Dragon, Guinyangan, Quezon, aimed at strengthening camaraderie and supporting their continuing reintegration into society. The activity featured friendly games that encouraged teamwork and built positive interaction between FRs and soldiers. A budol fight served as a highlight of the event, where participants shared a meal in an atmosphere of openness, trust, and fellowship. The initiative fosters strong relationships, broke down social barriers, and reinforced the brigade's commitment to peaceful building efforts. Through simple yet meaningful engagements, the 201st Infantry Kabalikat Brigade continues to promote unity, understanding, and community-based support as foundation for lasting peace. This is Just from Solcom reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jess.
DWDD National News.
And more than 350 cops are deployed to secure mosques and Muslim communities across Metro Manila. This is during observance of Ramadan today. National Capital Region Police Office spokesperson Police Major Hazel Asilo said that no specific threats have been monitored in connection with the occasion. The Philippine National Police earlier said it is intensifying security measures as Muslim and Christians across the country prepare for Ramadan and Lent respectively. A nationwide security plan has been activated, covering major transport hubs, places for worship, and popular tourist spots.
DWDD National News.
And the House Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms is set to conduct back-to-back public consultations in Visayas and Mindanao on the anti-political dynasty law beginning today, February 19. According to the committee, the Visayas leg of the public consultations will take place at the University of the Philippines, Cebu, while the discussions in Mindanao will be hosted the following day by the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Cagayan de Oro City. Last February 12, the zone leg of the consultation was carried out at Carsigma Gym in Carmona, Cavite. Parallel public consultations are being conducted by the Senate, which has to pass its own version of the measure to give it a shot at being a law.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now we have some information from Gina about 67th Infantry Battalion CDT supports turnover of 150 native chickens in Bunawan, Agusan del Sur. Gina?
Yes, Jai, the community development team of Bravo Company 67th Infantry Battalion assisted in the turnover of 100 native chickens to members of the Taugdan Upland Farmers Association at Barangay Imelda, Bunawan, Agusan del Sur. This initiative aims to strengthen sustainable livelihood programs and enhance poultry production among local farmers, contributing to food security and community development. The 67 IB remains committed to supporting government-led initiatives that promote peace, progress, and resilience in far-flung communities. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD National News.
And President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has wished Vice President Sara Duterte good luck in her planned 2028 presidential bid. Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary Claire Castro said this after Duterte announced her plans to run for the presidency in 2028. In her press briefing, Castro said the president simply responded good luck after hearing of Duterte's declaration that she intends to run for president in 2028. The palace official added that Marcos was smiling when he made the remark.
DWDD National News.
And Senator Risa Ontiveros said that the opposition is expected to announce its presidential candidate for the 2028 national elections by the end of the year or early 2027. This following the announcement of Vice President Sara Duterte that she will run for president in the 2028 polls. Ontiveros said the reform-minded and opposition forces are focused on being more united so they could choose their candidates, whether by the end of the year or the first quarter of the year. The senator also added that the common values that the united opposition is looking for its standard bearer remain the same.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear more updates from Spencer about Army promotes peace and vigilance in Taguluan, Misamis Oriental. Spencer?
In DJI, the 2nd Civil Military Operations Company, in coordination with the 4th Civil Military Operations Battalion, conducted an information, education, and communications campaign in Zone 1, Barangay Mohon, Tagoloan, Misamis Oriental. A total of 91 residents, including members of the Barangay Council, participated in the activity. Furthermore, Jai, the campaign aimed to strengthen community awareness on the anti-terrorism law and the Knowing the Enemy initiative by educating residents about the deceptive recruitment strategies commonly used by communist terrorist groups. This is Spencer, reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Spencer.
DWDD National News.
And the National Bureau of Investigation examining the statement of blogger Jason Argota, who allegedly circulated fake and unauthorized medical records of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. NBI Director Lito Magno said Argota appeared before the agency in compliance with a subpoena and submitted a statement that remains under investigation. Magno said Argota honored the subpoena issued to him and gave his statement, and this case is under investigation. The NBI earlier announced it had filed a cyber libel complaint against former broadcaster Jay Sonza and social media personality Eric Celes for allegedly spreading false medical information about the president.
DWDD National News.
And the issuance of guarantee letters will be soon digitalized. Department of Social Welfare and Development Assistant Secretary Irene Dumlao said President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos has instructed the agency to ensure that the public can easily access government services. She mentioned that the issuance of guarantee letters under the Assistance to Individuals in Crisis Situation program would soon be available in an automated system. Dumlao earlier said the agency resumed the release of GLs on January 5. The GL is a document issued by the DWDD to eligible beneficiaries that ensures payment for approved medical and burial expenses to accredited service providers.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
And now let us hear more from Jimboy about 801st Infantry Brigade joins provincial councils to bolster peace, order, and anti-insurgency efforts in Samar. Jimboy?
The 801st Infantry Brigade, under the leadership of Brigadier General Arlino L. Sinday Diego, actively participated in the joint PPOC PADAC PDF LCAC first quarter meeting held at the Samar Convention Center, Catbalogan City. The activity brought together commanding officer of the OPCON unit, partner stakeholders, and representatives from local government agencies to access the province peace, order, and security posture. The meeting discussed key agenda items, including update on anti-insurgency campaign, the peace and order situation and anti-criminality effort, progress on anti-illegal drug operation, and public safety initiative. The Joint Council reaffirmed its commitment to strengthen inter-agency collaboration in sustaining peace, order, and development across Samar. This is Jimboy reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jimboy.
DWDD National News.
And 30 cybercrime courts in the country are recipients of the upgraded audio-visual equipment donated by the Netherlands. This aims to enhance the handling of cases of online child sexual abuse, unlawful data access and interference, and sophisticated financial or crypto-enabled crimes. Chief Justice Alexander Gismundo received, on behalf of the Supreme Court, the donation, which is turned over by the government of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Gismundo said the upgraded audiovisual capabilities of the donated equipment would strengthen evidentiary safeguards, reduce logistical constraints, and allow the secure and efficient presentation of digital evidence in accordance with established legal standards.
DWDD National News.
And Philippine National Police Chief General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. ordered a thorough investigation into the fatal shooting of a murder suspect by 4 police officers in Camarines Sur. As part of the measure to ensure the impartiality of the probe, Nartates said he already directed the immediate preventive suspension of the involved officers amid the interviews. They are also gathering pieces of evidence in relation to the incident. The investigation was ordered to clear things up amid negative speculations surrounding the death of the murder suspect.
DWDD National News. Armed Forces Radio.
Another update from Beth about Western Mindanao Naval Command brings hope to Holy Trinity Orphanage. Beth?
The Western Mindanao Naval Command, in partnership with JL Sayang Consumer Goods and Trading, successfully conducted gift-giving activity for the children of Holy Trinity Orphanage and Pasunangka, Zamboanga City. Through the generous support of partnership stakeholders, essential items such as sacks of rice, canned goods, and assorted food, tray of eggs, hygiene kits, and sanitary products were distributed. These donations were formally turned over to the children's and the orphanage founder to help sustain her daily needs, improve living condition, and promote health, safety, and well-being. The outreach highlights WMCNC's commitment to strengthening community relations and uplifting vulnerable sectors through sustained civil military operation. This is Beth Anieta reporting for the AFP Community News, one AFP for the stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Daniete.
DWDD National News.
And for our final news, police intercepted and seized around 4.2 million pesos worth of smuggled cigarettes in Maguindanao del Norte. This comes amid intensified campaign to bust the illegal tobacco trade in the country. Philippine National Police Chief General Jose Melencio Nartates Jr. said the operation started from a tip. Nartates emphasized that seizure is a vital victory in their broader economic and security strategy. He added that every stick of smuggled cigarette represents lost revenue that should have funded hospitals, schools, and social services.
DWDD National News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience in our DWDD AFP Radio Facebook page. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time, same station. Again, this is Jessie Bond for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rob Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines. Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community
Ito
News.
ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio.